Maybe you from the 1970s when the Los Angeles Rams was known as the Prison Foursome because of that defensive line. Or maybe you in the city of St. Louis, the gateway to the Midwest, where the greatest show on turf brought home the first ever Super Bowl championship. Or maybe you in the here and now with the Rams back in LA, winners of Super Bowl 56. You can rock Eric Dickerson. You can rock Marshall Faulk, Isaiah Bruce, and Kurt Warner. Or maybe you rocking Cooper Cup, Aaron Donald, and Matthew Stafford. It doesn't matter because when it comes to this, it's all about the Los Angeles Rams. Horns up, Rams South. Time to talk Rams football.
Good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am here, the Playmakers in the building. This is Ramily Talk, and it's fin to be a fun one because it is the last home game for the Los Angeles Rams, and it's tonight. Thursday night football, the kickoff week 16 is out in LA at SoFi Stadium. We got a big one. It's the New Orleans Saints, it's the Los Angeles Rams. A lot on the line for both teams. It should be a good one. But I will get to that a little later. First and foremost, I gotta recap what took place last week in Week 15 as we played host to the Washington Commanders. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in for everyone. We are live on the X app. We are live on Facebook. We are live on LinkedIn. And we are definitely live on the YouTube channel. So go ahead, drop in. Let's have some fun. It is on. Last week, ladies and gentlemen, the Los Angeles Rams played host to the Washington Commanders as the Commanders coming off that bye week. And they having some struggles. They wanted to get themselves together out the bye week. The Rams want to continue to roll, try to bounce back from a heartbreaking loss out in Baltimore off a punt return in overtime, but they were still alive for the wild card spot. So we wanted to see what happened. Now, before I get into details, some good things had happened before we got to the Washington Commanders game. We saw the Green Bay Packers lose. Okay, we saw the Minnesota Vikings lose. Okay, everybody that we needed to lose, if you're a Rams fan, lost before we got to play. Now we get to the game. Everything around us that we needed to happen happened. Now it's time for us to handle business. And to handle business, we had to beat the Washington Commanders, which we did, 28-20. We started off very good, 13 nothing first half. It got it up to 20 to nothing. And then we let the Commanders come back. And then we put the final touchdown in there, 28-20. You know, we let the defense come. We let the Commanders come back. I kind of don't like that. We should have put our foot on their neck. We should have stumped them out, but we didn't. But we still got the win. So I'm not gonna harp too much on the fact. I would say this: this time of year, when you have a team down, you need to finish them off, break them down, so that way, especially because we have a game at night. So when it was 13 nothing and it got to 20 nothing, I was feeling real good. I was real like, okay, we handling business, we doing our thing, and then let's go ahead and get our starters out. Cause we had a game Thursday night. Nevertheless, we allowed the Commanders, fight their way back and make it a game somewhat before we finish them off. Thankful that we finished them off because if we didn't, it would have been a problem. It would have been a problem. Let's call it what it is. It would have been a make problem. Make the game somewhat before we. Sorry about that. It would have been a problem. And we have to, do what we need to do. Make sure that we keep teams. When we have teams down, we make sure we keep them down.
Overview. W. Home. Button. Double tap to activate. Double tap and screen off. 8. Selected. Swipe up. 1.
All right. Now that we get that table.
Screen off. Ring or vibrate. 5:18 p.m.
Yep. Hold on. Wait a minute. There we go. Now we got that. Here's the statistics. We helped them 200 yards total offense, which is good. We have 445. We had 2 turnovers, both our running back carrying.
Device locked. Xfinity mobile. Power off.
So, we had some turnover carrying Williams. But carrying Williams, we'll get that fixed and whatnot. There's nothing wrong with that. We dominate time possession. We had the ball for like almost 12 minutes more than the Commanders. We did some things. We had Matthew Stafford being very efficient. Here's the statistics right here: 25 for 33, 258, 2 touchdowns. He was sacked 3 times. We had a quarterback rating of 83.5. Very good numbers. Carry-on wins 27 carries, 152 yards, a touchdown. Like we did have the 2 fumbles. But we understand. You got to hold on to the ball, Carry-on. You got to hold on to the ball. Hold on to the ball. We can't be fumbling it. Now, Cooper Kupp, 8 catches, 111 yards, and a touchdown. Cooper Kupp had a great game. One of them plays is a 62-yard touchdown. Wide open. I mean, when you game plan for certain teams.
5:20 p.m.
When you
Device
game
locked.
plan
Lock
for
screen.
certain teams. When you game plan for certain teams. Number 10 should be among the top 3 players on that list. How is he that wide open? I have no idea. But he was open. We got a touchdown out of it. And that's how that rose. And that's how that went. Very efficient game. DeMarcus Robinson still getting in the flow of it. He had 2 catches, Puka Nacua 5 catches for 50 yards. We did what we had to do, okay? Even though I don't like how we let the Commanders back in the game, but we finished the job and we got it done. We made it do what it do, okay? Now, with that being said, we got a W. We got a nice W, okay? A much-needed W. So we get to 7-7, like I said. Packers lost, Vikings lost. The teams that we needed to lose. Now we're in the 7th slot, getting ready for this big game tonight. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a break right here, come back, and when we do, we're going to preview Thursday night. Okay, it is tonight, and it's going to be a big one. So stick around for Ramily Talk. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Ringside Chaos, the professional wrestling discussion segment of the Bear of Texas podcast. The only professional wrestling podcast in the world where pro wrestling is discussed passionately, with confidence, with great knowledge, and most of all, in the most sophisticated way. So brace yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, because chaos is about to be unleashed. Thing with Tony Khan now being in talks to buy WWE, I'm going to be honest with you. I spoke to this with Ricky Litwinkowicz, aka the Master of Mayhem, and he honestly believes that me talking about Tony Khan buying WWE is basically I'm kind of wasting my time because Ricky believes it's never going to happen. Okay, now don't get me wrong, Ricky, I respect what he says. He could very well be correct, but I got to be honest with you. The fact that Khan is interested in supposedly buying WWE, to me, that's definitely worth talking about. Now, I should mention this. Shout out to Ricky, by the way. And I got to mention this, that even Jim Cornette already had something to say. And he said, and I quote, "Ridiculous to think that could happen," unquote. It's a wrestling fan that's been super supportive of Brody Lee as a wrestler and everything that WWE could have done with him and, everything that he could have shown and, offered for the wrestling business. For me, I wasn't just a fan of Brody Lee himself, like in character. I strongly respected him, as a human being. Like, I had a lot of respect for Jonathan Huber. That's Mr. Brody Lee's real name. So basically, I had a lot of respect for Brody Lee, Luke Harper, and of course, Mr. Jonathan Huber. Particular episode was about World Class Championship Wrestling. And the episode title is, WCCW Wrestling's Lone Star Legacy. And because I am the Bear of Texas, and I do hail from the Dallas-Fort Worth area of the state of Texas, World Class Championship Wrestling was basically my territory as far as being a wrestling fan goes. Ladies and gentlemen, Ringside Chaos is available on all streaming platforms including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and YouTube.
The Playmakers Bar is proudly sponsored by Fanatics. Fanatics, the #1 shop where sports fans across the world love to get their sports gear and fandom on. A wide selection of gears from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, the NCAA, and of course, the WWE. Whether it is football, basketball, baseball, hockey, even soccer, golf, no matter what sport it is, there's sports appeal for every fan of every sport. Fanatics, where sports fans shop and official license everything.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ramily Talk here. And let's get to it. The first game of Week 16 is tonight and is in SoFi Stadium as the Los Angeles Rams play host to the New Orleans Saints on Prime Video, Amazon Prime, Thursday Night Football. Now, both teams are 7-7. Big implications in this game on both sides of the ball. Let's just talk right now. For the New Orleans Saints, they are second in the NFC South, tied with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 7-7. But the Bucs have the better conference record thus far. Okay. And I do believe they face each other between the next 2 weeks, if I remember correctly. So they need this game. The Saints need this game. They want that division crown. And plus, the winner of this division, as pathetic as it is this season, will be hosting a playoff game. So, and those of you who know your football, which a lot of you do, the Superdome ain't a fun spot to play it, because that crowd is loud. Okay? So the Saints have a lot to play for. They want to catch Tampa Bay and capture the NFC South title. Also, they are also in the wild card position as well. You know, they are currently ninth seed because Tampa Bay has the tiebreak over them, and they are behind the Minnesota Vikings, us who are the 7th seed, and the Seattle Seahawks. We are currently in the 7th spot because Green Bay got beat. Seattle, they got a big win, but we swept Seattle, so we get the tiebreaker over Seattle no matter what. Seattle needs to have a better record than us if they want anything happening. If not, they're done. And Minnesota, they hold the tiebreaker of us over conference record. They have a 6-3 conference record. We have a 5-4 conference record, okay? And this win against the Saints will go a very long way because that put us at 6-4 with the Vikings having a tough one this weekend, okay? Matter of fact, who do the Vikings play? Let me let y'all know. The Vikings, they be taking a trip at home against the Detroit Lions, so that could be a very losable game for them. So that could be very interesting. They got Detroit this weekend. Okay, they got them on Sunday. Green Bay's at Carolina. For the Saints fans, you'll see Tampa Bay will be hosting the Jaguars, okay? And then the Falcons, I believe they are home hosting the Colts. So interesting football game this week going into Christmas, starting tonight. So it's a big game. Starts here. Now, as we said, it's at SoFi Stadium. 71,000 people will be in attendance. It is the final home game for the Los Angeles Rams. Okay. The weather forecast saying 65 degrees, but some rain. But we play indoors, so we should be all right when it comes to weather. We should have some good, clean football tonight on Amazon Prime. League rankings. The Saints are 14th in offense, 11 in defense, 14 in pass offense, 19 in rush offense. For the Rams are doing much better. 8th in offense, 18th in defense, 11 in the pass, 11 in the rush. Saints are vulnerable to the run, which is kind of odd saying because the Saints are usually good at the run game. But they've been struggling this year, so that's a problem. Derek Carr has been hit a lot. He's going to play. He's been hit a lot, though. And, you know, I'm pretty sure he has some bruised ribs, probably an injured shoulder. Chris Olave, he is playing tonight on a bad ankle. You got to deal with Alvin Kamara and stuff. But, hey, it should be a good old-fashioned fight right now, okay? Here's the season statistics going for Derek Carr. He has thrown for almost 3,100 yards with 16 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. Alvin Kamara is over the 600-yard mark for rushing with 5 touchdowns. And Chris Olave, who I say is playing tonight, closing in on a 1,000-yard receiving season with 4 touchdowns. And that's for the Rams, you know, Matthew Stafford on his way to get to 3,400. He could get to 3,400 by the end of the game. Carry-on runs could be at 1,000 yards rushing by the end of the game with 8 touchdowns. Puka Nacua could be at 1,200 yards at the end of this game with 4 touchdowns. I love this, though. Matthew Stafford has thrown for 21 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. He's more than 2-to-1 ratio on touchdown to interceptions. That is what we love to see from our starting quarterback, from Matthew Stafford. And since the bye week, he has not been turning the ball over. Now, Kerryon Williams, you had 2 fumbles last week. We need you to hold on to the ball. One thing I do know about the Saints defense, they like to cause turnovers. They definitely like to cause turnovers. So I need Matthew Stafford to keep playing efficient and clean. I need Kerryon Williams to work on holding on to the football and not fumbling it, okay? Cooper Kupp had a 100-yard receiving game last week. Those of you who joined me at the beginning of the show, good to him. He looks like Cooper Kupp again. We got Puka Nacua who's doing his thing. DeMarcus Roberts has worked his way into the offense. I believe Tutu Atwell should be back for this game. Tyler Higbee's good to go, and if not, we have a backup in Davis Allen, our rookie tight end, who filled in admirably against the Baltimore Ravens, who showed he can be a player. We have a lot of games, okay? We have a lot of good players. What this team has done thus far with this roster is great, okay? Not a lot of people believed in this team going into the season because of what happened last year. We had major issues of injury. We had about 5-6 offensive linemen injured. At least 3 of them was out for the season. Another 2 of them was out for a very long period of time. We couldn't get no continuity. We couldn't get nothing going. Cooper Kupp went down, and we shut down Aaron Donald. We shut down Matthew Stafford. It was just a bad year. Coming into this year, now I had them going. I think I had them going either 10-7 or 11-6. I don't remember which one I had, but I had them doing that. Well, 11-6 is out the door. 10-7. We have this game here tonight. This is a massive game. We have to win this game. We win this game, we putting pressure on Minnesota to win against Detroit. We putting pressure on Green Bay to win. Where is Green Bay at? Green Bay is at Carolina. They should be able to win that game, okay? But we putting pressure on them to win the game, okay? We putting pressure on Seattle to keep winning because they have to get us twice because we beat them twice. So us winning tonight puts a lot of pressure on different teams, okay? When we win tonight, if we can get to 8-7, Green Bay has to win at Carolina. Minnesota has to win against Detroit, or we become the 6th seed. Now, the Cowboys clinched playoff. San Fran clinched playoff. Matter of fact, San Fran has actually clinched the NFC West. So congratulations to the San Francisco 49ers. I know it's a Rams show, but I'm going to say congratulations to the San Francisco 49ers. They won the NFC West. They currently are the number 1 seed right now. It's not because they got a big game coming up. My man Victor, what's going on? Victor, who's been following me, doing Ramily Talk, and I appreciate him following me and being supportive of me. 10-7 is what I said. All right, I'm on track. I'm on track right now. It's been a crazy way to get in there, but I'm on track. But a win here, getting 8-7. Oh, massive makes this weekend of Christmas football even more massive. Because like I said, you have Seattle's at Tennessee. Detroit is at Minnesota. Green Bay is at Carolina. Okay. They all know what they need to do if the Rams win tonight. If the Rams lose tonight, that means Tampa Bay got the pressure put on them because they got to play Jacksonville. Jacksonville come off a loss against the Baltimore Ravens. They might feel some type of way. Okay. That means Atlanta got to win against the Indianapolis Colts because they got to keep up with the Bucs and the Saints. If the Saints win, okay. So it's a lot on the line on both sides. Okay, not just for the Rams, but for the Saints as well. And everybody is watching this game because there is a lot going on in this game. By the end of this game tonight, a lot of teams in the NFC would know what they need to do if they playing Sunday or if they playing Monday or maybe Saturday. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we got football on Saturday, we got football on Sunday, and we got football on Monday. It's a great weekend of football. But tonight is the beginning of what teams know what they need to do going forward. Okay? And mainly the wild card teams and the NFC South. Now, let's dive into it. Okay? ESPN says 60% in favor of the Rams to 39.5% for the Saints. And I'm going with the Rams, man. We are rolling. Yeah, we took a loss to the Baltimore Ravens, but that was expected. If you caught Ramily Talk last week, you heard me. That was expected. Baltimore's one of the best teams in the NFL, the best team in the AFC, and we was going to their house. The fact that we put up a fight, we took them to overtime, and it took a punt return to knock us off, gave me more reason to believe in this team. Matthew Stafford can play efficient football. I can see Matthew Stafford throwing for 285, 3 touchdowns. Carry-on Williams gave him another 100-yard rushing game. Give him a touchdown or 2 in there. I see us winning this game because we have to win. We have to win. And I believe this is one of the games that I picked in the preseason that we was going to win. We're going to win. Derek Carr might put up some good numbers. You got Chris Olave back. You still got Michael Thomas. Taysom Hill, the Swiss Army knife. Taysom Hill. Can't forget about him. Okay. Alvin Kamara coming out the backfield. Okay. They have some studs on that team. Okay. Defense side, Cameron Jordan. Know where he is at. All right. DeMario Davis. Know where he is at. The linebacker. Tyrann Matthews. Know where he is at all times. Marshawn Lattimore. He going to win some. He going to lose some. That's the what kind of type of cornerback he is. Okay. But make sure that the wins are not major wins, okay? If you're receivers, he's going to win some. Let's make sure they're not major wins, okay? Nevertheless, I see us winning this game. We're going to start off week 16 with a dub. We're going to get to 8-7 with 2 road games left to end the season at the Giants and at San Fran. We'll see where we at when week 18 when we get to San Fran. But tonight, it's all about the Saints. It's the final home game of the year. Let's get it, Rams. Sean McVay, we believe in you. Raheem Morris, we believe in you. Let's get this dub, okay? Let's get up out of here. Let's get this dub. Let's get it 8-7 and continue on rolling, all right? Y'all get ready. We are about 2.5 hours away from kickoff at SoFi Stadium. Y'all get ready. I'm finna go get ready. Tonight's a big game. I hope y'all excited as I am. For the Playmaker, I'm out. I will catch y'all next week to recap this and preview our trip to MetLife Stadium to go against the New York Football Giants. Deuces. Thank you for tuning in to Ramily Talk. Ramily Talk is sponsored by Fanatics, Lids, and Paramount Plus. Get your favorite sports appeal with Fanatics or Lids, and get great streaming service with Paramount Plus. If you want to donate to the program, you can donate to us via Cash App, $D Playmakers. That is again, $D Playmakers. And remember, you can follow and subscribe to Ramily Talk on all podcast directories, including Apple, Google, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. And those of you who are on Apple, leave us a great review, leave comments on how you feel about Ramily Talk and the episode that you listen to. Tune in again next time for more Ramily Talk, hosted